Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphaneme. So, a lot of great stuff going on with all of the bank coins, really. I mean, they're all winning. Algorand is winning, XRP is winning, XLM is doing well as far as projects, partnerships, developments. They're sitting on a lot of different panels coming up. The season of information is returning. There's going to be a lot of information dumps coming out the next few months. It's looking very, very good. Everything is continuing to go according to plan. I'm very satisfied with that. Hedera's doing great. XDC also, Quant. My goodness, we're winning across the board. I'm feeling very good. I hope you are as well. So we're going to begin here with this article on zcrypto.com. And the article is titled as such: XRP leads crypto majors in ultra positive sentiments as euphoria shoots up. Of course. Listen, I don't watch too many videos anymore, but I peruse every once in a while, and I saw some very big YouTubers talking about the connection between, finally they're talking about it, the connection between Ripple, XRP, and the FedNow system. So finally the big YouTubers are coming on board and having the realization of, whoa, wait a minute. Ripple, and I think most of the bank coins to some degree, will be working with the federal government of the United States. We've been talking about this for a long time, at least the possibilities of such. There's already a precedent set. One of our elite members, one of our elite subscribers, Immortals, brought to us the information about Cypherium, right? So Cypherium already sets the precedent for working to a great capacity with the federal government. So we know they're open to working with the blockchains. And incomes, of course, look, there's no one right now more powerful and better to work with, especially because of on-demand liquidity and the problems that they can solve because they have a patent for on-demand liquidity. No one's going to do it better than Ripple right now, right? So of course I look at the economic landscape and say to myself, I think it's logical that, hey, yes, they're going to have to work. Well, the governments are going to have to work with someone like Ripple, right? So the Fed will have to work with someone like Ripple. I think the states will work with someone like Stellar. But as you saw, a few states were interested after the panels last year. You had a few leaders of states say, hey, listen, contact us later and we'll talk a little bit more. They were interested in Stellar. And this was said to Denell Dixon. I can't remember the official that said that, but I'm sure that has grown over time. You see Algorand working with states. You see that Florida loves Algorand. They have their Miami accelerator. They're doing things with universities down in Miami. So I think, which like you're witnessing the rise and the birth of the new financial system, and you're holding the protocol that make the system work. What is it that the XRP army always says, that they are the bridge? You are the bridge. You're holding the wealth. My goodness. See what it is that you have in your cold wallet. I hope you got a cold wallet. I can't tell you what to do, but I like ledgers and I like Elapal Titans. Air gap technology, Fort Knox. Keep what you hold safe. And also another thing I like to say from time to time, I wouldn't go around just telling everybody the assets that I hold. You know, you're telling your neighbors, you're at your job and you're saying, hey, I got this, because if you become an overnight millionaire, or billionaire, you will become a target overnight. Trust me on this, be careful. The world is not a nice place at all. I know some people know that. No, I really, really know that. They will come after you. And when people know you have great wealth or power, they are coming. So protect yourself at all costs. I wouldn't say run around telling everyone what you have. You know, if you tell Bitcoin, no one cares. Ethereum, no one cares. But when you're talking big money projects that could move trillions and possibly quadrillions of dollars, that could bring generational wealth like XRP, XLM, Algorand, Hedera, Cello, XDC. No. I don't suggest running around talking about that. In 3 to 5 years, you might be holding something that brings generational wealth or make you so disgustingly rich that the people that you know now will look at you differently. I'm telling you, they're going to look at you different. That money changes everything. That's another thing. You have to prepare for the changes if this happens, right? This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm warning you. If this happens, everything is going to change. You're going to learn a lot about the people that are around you. And listen, I get it. I want to also touch on some people that might be watching. They're already millionaires and such. Listen, there's a difference. You've got 2 million, 3 million. No, listen, when you have 100 million, it changes things dramatically. When you have about 100 million, it changes things. Be careful and be prepared, and loose lips sink ships. You know, I mean, I know you've heard that phrase a lot of times, but I like to say that it helps. Sometimes these rhyming ways of conveying a message makes it easier to remember. So I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, of course, there's euphoria right now because there's so many revelations happening outside of the XRP community now. So we've always known what XRP can do, XLM can do. I remember first getting into crypto. The first thing, listen, my brother is a genius. I told you this, right? The first crypto he told me about was XRP. That was the original. Then he told me about XLM. I just went deep with XLM because I see the potentiality of XLM. So, but now outside of the XRP community, we have Bitcoin maximalists talking about XRP, Ethereum maximalists talking about XRP. And don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of negative energy out there towards XRP, but there's even more positive energy now as the realization comes of, oh, this is going to make people millionaires and billionaires. And guess what? All of that negative, not all of that, a lot of that negative energy, it changes when money comes into play. When you're talking millions and billions, all of a sudden, they don't hate XRP so much anymore. They want to get paid. They remember, oh yeah, this is not about being a tribalist, a maximalist. This is about making money. Crypto is about making money. Most people are not here because they love crypto and what it stands for, what it's going to do. And that's perfectly fine if that's what people are here for, to promote the reasoning behind crypto, decentralization, and that's perfectly fine. But most people are here to make money. And that money changes everything, doesn't it? You see people now, they're talking about XRP. So yes, euphoria is here because it's almost party time. Party time. P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta. Anybody remember that? What movie is that from? Do you know? Do you remember? Oh man, that was from The Mask. I hope they never remake The Mask. Don't do that. Hollywood. Listen, I'm gonna make some phone calls. I know people like Alphadeem's always making phone calls. You would be surprised who I know. Listen, I've been around for a long time, worked in many industries. That was a good movie, by the way. So any of you youth that haven't watched The Mask with Jim Carrey, check that out. That is a great, fun time, fun movie. But don't read the comic book. That comic book is disturbing. Have you read The Mask comic book? It's nothing like the movie. The Mask is insane in the comic books. That's all I'll say. I won't give away spoilers. Okay, let's move on to this second article here. We're having a little bit of fun today, just trying to pass some good energy around. You know, I hope everyone's doing well out there. Reconciliation of opposites, hate and love are the same thing. I oftentimes enact mental transmutation, so it doesn't matter which one anybody gives me. It makes no difference because outside and external forces are not going to change me, can't change me. I'm not a neophyte at all. So I understand that hate and love are opposite ends of the same pole, and that to transmute such a thing, that I can make it positive, make anything positive that I want, make it beneficial to me that I want by the law of mental transmutation. All right, so, but that's something we're going to go over in the members only section. Remember, listen, this week I've been posting a lot of powerful stuff. I'm starting to take the members only section in a different direction. There's been 2 videos, members only videos posted. You want to check those out. So hit that little join button. And if you already are a member, head over to the community section and scroll down. You'll see your content. Also, I posted music there. This is music that's going to stimulate the mind. All right. It causes good hormones to be produced. This is what scientists and various research says. It can help the mental energies to be eased and flow a little bit better. I posted in a stretch/exercise there for people to do. These are videos, okay? Also, I posted so many things. Oh, also I posted an audio book that you want to give a listen to. These are beginner steps I'm posting in the members only section to help you, well, not really help you, but give you the tools you need if you want to build yourself into the ultimate person, the ultimate that you can be. That's what I'm becoming interested in now. So you're still going to get the crypto information, but you're getting all this extra on there as well. So each week I'm going to be posting powerful things for you. They're tools for you if you should choose to use them and build yourself into the ultimate you. That will be your choice. But head to that members only section right now. If you participate in some of these things, or you choose to do some of these things, that hopefully you will see an improvement if they are for you. All right. That's all I'm going to say. No guarantees, but I'm posting some powerful stuff there right now. Click that little join button. So now let's go into this article here. This is on u.today. And it says, Ripple versus SEC. Here is how much SEC's actions cost investors. Oh yeah, and another thing, I'm going to go deeply in the next members only video, one of them. I'm going to talk about mental transmutation, right? Mental alchemy, changing of one thought or one energy into another. We're going to go into that. Don't worry. But everything in degrees, everything in degrees. Get in that members only section. Trust me on this. Now, it's titled Ripple versus SEC. Here is how much SEC's actions cost investors, according to crypto law founder. Let's scroll down here, read this little tidbit here. Recently in the crypto space, an active discussion has been brewing about the $1 billion loss resulting from the actions of fraudsters. This discussion brought up the fact that despite the $1 billion loss, the actions of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission are much more damaging to investors in terms of dollar value. How insane is that? The SEC has done more damage to investors than fraudsters and scammers. That's another thing, by the way. Be careful in these comment sections. No matter how many times I delete the scammers, it seems like you delete one, 3 come back, and you just can't stop them. And be careful. I don't have a Telegram or a WhatsApp. I'm not going to ask you for any private keys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to say, hey, with a finger pointing up, hey, there's a deal. Contact this number at all. Not at all. All right. You get Alphanim right here, right? And then I have a light, very, very light presence on Twitter. And a lot of my people, they just DM me, my subscribers, stuff like that, just DM me and such like that on Twitter, or they contact me in the members only section. That's it, okay? So be careful of scammers. But how crazy is it that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has caused that much damage? It says, thus, I like that, thus. John Deaton, a prominent pro-XRP activist and founder of crypto law, made his next argument against the regulator, stating that the SEC's actions against XRP alone cost investors about $15 billion. SEC, you have a lot to answer for. How do you sleep at night? My goodness, look at this. And they just sweep it under the rug. They don't say anything about it. They don't say put forth any ideas of how to rectify this. Unbelievable. Meanwhile, the rest of the world says that XRP and all these other cryptos are not securities. Of course. And you have other regulatory bodies within the United States that says that coins like XRP and XLM are not securities as well. Remember, XLM has had a clarity within a New York financial governing body that said XLM is not a security, right? And I believe XRP had the same thing from another financial regulating body. The SEC just doesn't care. Like I said, more evidence that they are rogue. So listen. Something I hope is going to be done about this, but it's up to the people to continue to push. But there is the good fight being fought, and I think that we will come out on the positive side. We will have a great victory, and we will come by way of generational wealth. Also, keep in mind, if XRP, if Ripple is working with the Fed is going to back us. The Fed is going to help us fight. But it's not going to be easy. It's a very complicated web that has been woven within the government as far as corruption and division. So it's going to be a little bit of a battle, but we have that backing. It's just like with Coinbase. Once Coinbase was backed by BlackRock, yes, it has a great chance of coming out successfully against the SEC and any other regulatory body, because BlackRock can literally move the earth if it wants to. It owns everything. BlackRock, Vanguard, which is another questionable thing that Gary Gensler has. Gary Gensler has this connection with Vanguard, and listen, I'm not going to say too much. There's certain entities that you just don't say a whole lot about. You just trust me on this. And let me tell you something right now, just from being around for a long time in certain industries and such like that, and having worked near people that are very, very big money, there's entities that, aside from BlackRock and Vanguard, you don't even say their names. That's how some things go. You don't even say their names. It's going to be a problem for you. So anyway, I throw out these little nuggets and stuff. Listen, I like to share my thoughts sometimes. I try to be careful what I share, but I like to share my thoughts and just, relax with the people. And hopefully some of my experience maybe might help one person out there. That's how I always feel. Like if what I put out there helps one person, I'm satisfied. I'm happy with what I've done. Let's continue right here. It says, and $15 billion was lost because the SEC intentionally chose not to limit the allegations against Ripple to specific sales made by Ripple and its executives, but instead alleged all XRP, including secondary market sales of XRP, are unregistered securities. That is so suspicious to me. And I think this is why a lot of people believe it's all on purpose. You hear a lot of my fellow people on YouTube say that this is all just a show. This is one of the reasons why. That's very suspicious. They could have limited to just Ripple and certain actors within Ripple, but they didn't. They said, no, all of XRP. That's unbelievable. So, we'll keep our eye on this and see what comes of it. But as of right now, everything is going very, very well, in my humble opinion. All right, so now I just want to touch on this very lightly, right? Because there's been I've seen a lot of negativity as of late in the crypto sphere. And really in the crypto and stock market sphere overall. And just be careful of the negative energies. I want to say this real quick, and then we'll get back to the crypto articles. But be careful of the negative energies. They're very, that energy can be very parasite-like, very parasitic, and people spread it around like it's a disease or a virus, right? So they have this negativity inside of them, and then they'll try to say something to you, rile up your energies, spread that to you. And if you take that in and allow that to really sit in your mind and infect you, it will be damaging to you, because the mind operates at its best when it's in a positive state, or it's at homeostasis. It's in a balanced state. And when the mind is in a balanced state, then you can execute trades better. You can think more clearly. Clear thinking equals better trades. Clear thinking equals you're coming up with better strategies to make more money. You need a clear mind for all the different successes you wish to achieve, all of the things you wish to accomplish. You need a clear mind for that. And negativity does not allow you a clear mind. So don't allow that negativity parasite to infect you. You can change the thoughts in your mind through the application of will. You can change the energies that you feel via the application of the will, right? Most people who are in the know call it mental transmutation, the changing of one thought or one energy into another. We will go over that in the members only section. Click that join button and don't miss out. Trust me on this, right? Okay, so now let's move on here. There's another article from U.Today, and it's titled, XRP validators start voting on NFT related amendment. It says, Emi Yoshikawa, Ripple's vice president of corporate strategy and operations, has announced that XRPL validators have started voting on the XLS20 amendment, which would enable native non-fungible tokens. At least 80% of them have to vote in favor of the proposal over a 2-week period in order to ensure its passage. At press time, 7 validators have voted against the proposal. Wow. I don't know. Why would you vote against that? Last May, RippleX, the developer arm of the San Francisco-based blockchain company, invited developers to provide feedback. In January, it released the NFT DevNet, making it possible for developers to play around with native NFT capabilities. As reported by U.Today, RippleX announced that it was confident that the XRP ledger would be able to support the XLS20 standard after conducting rigorous testing. The XRPL bills itself as a perfect fit for NFTs because of its high throughput, cheap fees, and extremely low energy consumption. Last September, Ripple announced the launch of a $250 million fund that is specifically focused on sponsoring creators who choose to issue their NFTs on top of the XRP ledger. Earlier this year, the fund onboarded a bunch of creators, including the producer behind Michael Jordan's visual autobiography. The XLS20 standard has such inbuilt features as auctioning and minting, simplifying the process of creating NFTs. So we will keep our eye on this and stay abreast of what's going on. Obviously, this is going to be very interesting, and it could be a great development if they voted in favor of this, having native NFT support. I think that it would be very good, but I need to understand why. Maybe they'll put out some articles and we can understand why they voted against this. If not, we can definitely reach out to these companies and ask them some questions. And sometimes companies answer, sometimes they don't. But if you don't try, you'll never know. So we definitely will wait and be patient and see what comes of this. And if we need to ask questions, then we will reach out and ask questions and come back to report to you and share information with each other, as we always do. We have a very good community here on the channel, and thank you everybody for being a part of that community. I greatly appreciate you. You are the strong, you are the chosen, you are the wise, and I appreciate you. So I'm just trying to give you your give gratitude and give you your thanks and show you some love. I always try to show my people some love on the channel. That's why I do champion of the day and things like that. You know, I once asked the members only section if anybody had any NFTs and such like that. I would go check them out. I didn't explain everything, but I would have checked those out. And then, you know, put a little thing here. I promoted certain people's NFTs just off the love, you know, just showing people love who show me love. That's how I like to do things. Anyway, so all right, so now we're gonna move on to here. This is on zcrypto.com. Listen, that money is coming. It's getting bigger and bigger with each day, and with each partnership that expands the reach and depth of the bank coins. XDC, Quant, XRP, XLM. I like to say this. A lot of people might, you know, they jump around in the videos, so they may not catch everything. So some people are brand new to the crypto sphere. You wouldn't believe it. They're brand new. They don't know anything. And so they like to ask questions, and they don't know which ones are the bank coins and such, which ones have bank deals and such. So I like to point people in the right direction, and I don't like to leave anybody behind. This article is from zcrypto.com, and it's titled, CBDCs present the strongest use case for the digital assets ecosystem for now, says Singapore financial regulator. Let's scroll down and just read this little tidbit here. It says, according to the managing director of the Monetary Authority of Singapore, Ravi Menon, the most promising use cases for digital assets are in cross-border payment and settlement, trade finance, XDC, and pre and post-trade capital market activities. Menon said so while delivering the opening address at the Green Shoots seminar in Singapore on August 29, 2022. Sorry, but my thoughts were a little choppy there, because as I'm reading this, I'm saying to myself, I don't know, there's something in this paragraph that made me think about LCX, right? And what LCX is doing. I was reading some articles on LCX. It's very interesting. They have 8 out of 10 licenses to become a bank. That's mind blowing. Like, you know, so it's something in here. It just triggered that thought. And I was thinking, there's going to be a small group of cryptos that survive regulatory clarity, but that small group of crypto is going to explode beyond belief, just because of all the money that's going to flood into them. There is nowhere else for that money to go. And because they serve such an important function. And I think a lot of banks in the future, let me pause that thought there. I think a lot of banks in the future will be digital banks. They will be crypto-based banks. At least the banks that link the legacy system with the new financial system, which is based on distributed ledger technologies. So just based on the importance of that, I think a lot of those prices are going to explode. And so, you know, that's why I thought about that. You know, Kraken is a bank also, right? So Kraken, but I don't know if does Kraken have a protocol? I'm not even sure, but LCX definitely, you've all heard of the LCX protocol. So it just made me think of that. And I'm pretty sure Ripple, listen, whether Ripple becomes a bank or not, I've been saying this since last year. Whether Ripple becomes a bank or not, it's still going to be like a supervisory entity, because of its very nature, because of its power. I've explained this many times. And I know other people have taken that idea and they've expanded on it and they've done a great job. But they don't have to be a bank. They just need to have that power. They just need to have that authority, and they will, because all of the central banks and commercial banks will have to come to them. Even the federal government is trying to work with them. They'll have to come to them for updates and for the utilization of on-demand liquidity. Everything will flow through them. All that data flowing through them. Understand, that's power. That's great power. So, you know, we'll see how that works out. But let's continue on here. It says, Menon updated the Green Shoot seminar on the progress made by Singapore in advancing each of the above use cases for digital assets. Menon said, quote, in cross-border payments and settlements, wholesale settlement networks using distributed ledger technology such as Partior, a joint venture among DBS, JP Morgan, and Temasek, are achieving reductions in settlement time from days to mere minutes. Menon further said, in trade finance, XDC, in trade finance, networks like Contour formed by a group of trade banks are establishing common ledgers with traceability to automate document verification, enabling faster financing decisions and lower processing costs. Let me tell you something, the XDC is going to dominate. They are loved by the World Economic Forum that took the time to write an entire article on only XDC. That's mind-blowing. XDC is going to dominate when it comes to trade finance, trillions of dollars. Look at where the price of XDC is right now. It will not remain there over the next, like, I'll say 3 to 5 years. It's not going to remain there. There's no way. No. Let's continue on here. It says experts have argued that wholesale CBDCs will increase efficiency by making the trading and settlement of securities almost instantaneous. That's another thing that made, when I'm reading this article, it's another thing that makes me think about LCX is like, because they're doing securities tokens. I think they're doing that right now, right? That's what they specialize in, securities tokens, as well as cryptocurrencies and such like that. My goodness. Anyway, if conducted on the same platform through the use of smart contracts. However, other experts have argued that shorter settlement cycles would require additional liquidity. Additional liquidity. I wonder where they're going to get that from. Could they possibly get that from XRP, on-demand liquidity? Could they get that from instant liquidity with XLM and just form their own liquidity pools, as anyone can do? Could they do that with Algorand? Liquidity pool? I think that they could. You see, they're going to need us. They don't have the capabilities to do what we do. And that's a great thing for us. Let's hope it stays that way. All we have to do is continue to innovate. That's why it's important to know what these blockchains are doing, so we know that they're going to continue to win. If they stop innovating, if they stop pushing, if they stop scaling up, stop becoming faster, then maybe maybe the legacy system can catch up and pass them. But if they continue to move forward, there is no way we're getting caught, no way we're being surpassed, and quadrillions will flow. The new world will run on distributed ledger technologies overall, be it Hashgraph or blockchain. The world will run on distributed ledger technologies going into the future until there's something better. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.